Today we're going to talk about grinders. We use several types of grinders in fabrication. Angle grinders, straight grinders, tuck point grinders, and bench grinders are all part of a fabrication shop. Each type of grinder has its own unique function, but most of the characteristics that make grinders potentially hazardous are the same. The following are general safe work practices that will help you protect yourself from the most common hazards associated with grinders. First, always wear safety glasses, a full face shield, and appropriate work gloves when you're using any kind of grinder. The grinders you'll be using need to be properly grounded. Make sure the ground prong on the grinder is in place and in good condition. Inspect the rest of the grinder as well. Look for cuts or tears in the cord, cracks in the housing, chips in the grinding wheel, and missing or broken guards. If any part of the grinder is in good condition, don't use it. Immediately follow your company's procedures for taking defective equipment out of service. Carefully check the abrasive wheels you plan on using to ensure they're the correct size. They must have the appropriate maximum safe operating speed in relation to the RPMs. Carefully follow the manufacturer's instructions with regard to RPMs and blade sizes. Ensure that the replacement wheel fits freely on the spindle and doesn't have to be forced on. Be sure not to over-tighten the spindle nut, but be sure that it is snug. Never use a grinder without a guard properly secured in place. The guard should cover the spindle end, nut, and flange projections. Make sure the work is properly secured before you start working on it. Use a vise or clamps to hold the work in place. Floor and bench mount grinders should have protective hoods over the grinding wheels, and work rests should be attached not more than 1/8 from the grinding wheel. When you're installing or changing a grinding wheel, at a minimum the grinder must be unplugged or the power must be disconnected. But be sure to follow carefully your company's procedures for controlling stored energy. These are just a few tips to help you use grinders safely. We use them every day, and they can potentially cause serious injury. Therefore, it's important that we spend time considering how to use them safely.